Hello once again, Wake Angel 2001 had a few extra minutes and I just wanted to get this out there because I went to that All About Toys store in the Bay Plaza Mall again and they had a new set of Sonic bootlegs and that's always good for a laugh. So here it is, and I was actually quite elated to see bootlegs of the Jakks Pacific Sonic figures. Oh yes, this is quite the delightful little thing. So yeah, we have a pretty good cast here, and this is proper crap. This isn't like an almost okay-ish kind of bootleg. Like, no. This is absolute a gullible grandma baiting total utter trash in a box. So let's take a close-up look at these figures so I can talk to you about them a little bit more in depth. Up first, we got the Dr. Eggman and Metal Sonic figures, and the sculpts at first look okay. But I'm not sure how it's coming off because this is just a cell phone picture, so it's not as high res as my usual camera. But aside from the fact that the paint jobs are kind of rough, these guys don't have any joints. Like they're like I think what happened was somebody took the Jakks Pacific action figures, put them into an injection mold maker, and just made a solid statue cast of it, and then just made a statue based on that. Because these guys have no joints. They do not have moving parts. Or if they do have moving parts, they're probably just basic swivels, but I don't think they have even those. Maybe a neck swivel. I didn't buy the set. As you can see, it cost $35. And yeah, they're like I'm looking at them. I do not see working joints here. I see just what looks like a shampoo bottle kind of knockoff. Like, it's something that looks just enough like the real thing from a distance that you might be tricked into getting it. I do remember one of my fans originally posted a listing of this that was on Amazon, but it got removed from Amazon, probably because, it was a blatant bootleg. And yeah, they're selling them in bargain bin toy stores like this. But I think the most hilarious ones had to be the Rouge and Sonic figures. First of all, that's the color scheme of the neon Sonic that nobody liked from the Amy Rose wave. Like, the one that I felt was Jakks Pacific intentionally trying to sabotage themselves so that they could find an excuse not to have to make female figures down the line. That's the one they chose specifically to knock off. It's just the mold. All they did was mold the figure. It's the identical mold to any other Sonic figure, but no, they painted it to look like that stupid neon Sonic figure. And that's not shadows on his shoulders. The paint really does just stop just short of his shoulders, and then they're blue down there. So yeah, and you can see here, like, that's just solid molding. There's no shoulder or hip joints or anything. It's just a solid cast. Like, I'm pretty sure this is just a statue. Maybe it has swivelable ankles and wrists like the other bootlegs that I've looked at, but yeah, like these things do not properly move. But oh, that Rouge the Bat is such a treasure. I mean, this isn't the first knockoff Rouge, but it is the first one made from her original mold, and she's freaking topless. Almost. The way they painted her is that they, instead of giving her latex catsuit that, like, it's like I guess Rouge's costume is kind of similar to, like, a bunny girl costume, in that, it's shoulderless and strapless, but, like, and backless, but, it covers your entire body like a one piece. But no, here it's just pants. Like, it's pants that stop at her waist, and then she's wearing, like, a pink heart-shaped halter top. And since they didn't even really paint the pink to the edge, it's like, you are getting so much more side boob here than you get from the irregular Rouge figure. I mean, yeah, the molding of the heart is all there, so it's not like you're actually seeing any more side boob, but I just find it hilarious that what's implied by the paint. Like, yeah, I kind of want to see a picture of Rouge just kind of wearing this thing, but I don't think that would exactly be monetizable here on YouTube. But yeah, again, do not buy these. Absolute knockoff crap. They don't even have proper articulation, so avoid them. Do not buy. But there is one more thing I want to mention, and that is the last two figures, Knuckles and Super Shadow. These are not based off of Jakks Pacific molds. They're not based off of the same molds from the last bootlegs I looked at, but these are not the Jakks Pacific figures either. So, despite the fact that Knuckles and Super Shadow both exist in the Jakks Pacific line, and they could just as easily have bootlegged those things the same way they did the other four figures, they didn't. So even if you want to give them the barest minimum points for consistency, they still can't do that because this isn't consistent. That's not it. What the heck? And the back of the box is a good old-fashioned mishmash of random art assets, movie Sonic doing his full power-up. That's actually a really cool picture. But then just a whole bunch of other characters randomly thrown around him. You see Eggman leaping in from the back, the Sonic Boom version of Knuckles, the Free Riders version of Tails, funnily enough, Shadow, Boom, Amy Rose, Styx, Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic is the one character I can't tell whether he's from Boom or the proper universe because he looked almost identical in both versions. And if you look in the background, you have that Supersonic figure with a missile launching next to him, but the fin of the missile makes it look like a string, so it looks like he's kind of playing with a big silver yo-yo. Plus, you just gotta love the egg drones from the Sonic movies just kind of randomly stuck into the ground, under Shadow's shoe and behind Knuckles, it makes no sense for them to be there because they'd be stuck in the ground. Like I said, these are just a whole bunch of random art assets just thrown up on a background with absolutely no thought or care. So yeah, that at least you get that hilariousness as the bonus for this incredibly terrible bootleg set. But hey, it's not all bad because look at these. Knockoff Mario Kart carts, but with Sonic, Tails, Shadow, Silver, and Dr. Eggman. Now these are not the proper racing vehicles that we've seen from official Sonic kart racing games, what were the names of them? Sonic All Stars Racer Transformed, or what the most recent one was. I forget the name of it. But yeah, look, their torsos are huge, and then they got tiny little stumpy legs coming out the bottom. It's kind of hilarious. And I love how Shadow, he just has a black head. He does not have any of his red stripes whatsoever, and he has a big old belly patch like Sonic does instead of his chest floof. Of course, Silver still has his chest floof. He actually comes across a little better because his paint job is more consistent and looks right. But poor Shadow. Shadow's if you had someone describe Shadow in 3 words, Sonic clone but black, maybe upturned spines. He's even wearing Sonic's shoes. It's literally just Sonic's body with Shadow's head stuck on there. I got a second picture to try and show them off a little bit better and more up to scale. And it's nice to see that Sonic has his bored face with the droopy eye. Why am I driving? It's bad enough that they made me drive a car in the other racing games, but now I'm on a freaking go-kart. I feel like I'm sitting on the back of a snail. But yeah, these are obviously bootleg Mario Kart toys that have had Sonic stuck on them instead. So it's bootlegging 2 things. I don't know. These are at least decent pullback cars. I tested them out. They have decent springs. They get a good move. So at the very least, these things are functional toys, unlike the others, which would not serve as action figures in the slightest. And they don't look awful. I mean, they look bad, but just the regular level of bad. They don't look god awful. They look terrible. In fact, that Silver one actually would pass. The Silver toy might actually get a pass from me. Up next, the Tails would be okay, because the short legs don't affect him as much. Eggman, I like him just because of the hilariousness of those tiny, stumpy little legs he has. But you know, Sonic and Shadow just look weird, and Shadow worst of all because of the missing paint apps and wrong body. But yeah, that's what I found in bootleg Sonic merchandise this time. So I hope you guys had a good time laughing along with me. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.